Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. Boom. And today it is episode 49 of the Rant. Negate the Negative. Hello. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. I'm Jade, and this is How to App on iOS, and I hope you're doing well. It's Monday morning here, Sunday for the rest of you, and you know what? I'm a little bit tired, and I'm sure most people are. Are you tired out there? Is anybody feeling a little bit run down and tired? Does it feel like there's just so much going on at the moment in the world that it's really hard to keep up? In fact, has it felt like that for a really long time, or am I just imagining things? It just doesn't seem to be enough time in the day to get enough rest, and then when you do turn on, guess what? There's more, and it's coming at you, and it's telling you, you've got to pay attention over here, get over here and look at this and all that stuff. And well, we're going to talk about that a little bit today, because for the most part, a lot of that stuff that's coming and sucking and needing your eyeballs, especially here. Look, I'm demanding your eyeballs right now. Most of it's negative, and it's really tiring to siphon through, pilfer through all this stuff that's coming at you, and to get to something that's really good. You know what I mean? It feels like it's a bit of a chore. Anyway, we're going to do a bit of tell you what's happening during the week. Then we're going to get into that, and I've got an hour to sit here and just blurt my crazy brain at you. I feel bad for all of you. So you're going to have to listen to my tired brain. So let's say hello. Thomas Christ, our mod with the most, slinging the links like a bat out of hell. Look at that. You can join the Patreon, SuperChats, SuperStickers. They do help. The grift is real. You can become a member on the channel for $1 a month, and we even give you a custom emoji in the chat of your own head, just for fun. You know what I'm saying? Hello, Mateusz Prokowski, Kim Hudden Hudson, Live to Fly channel, Barry Glenn. What's going on, Barry? Perky Ann, hello. She says, that's why I've mostly been spending my time asleep. Yes, indeed. Mazzy, is this really live, or is Australia fooling us? Hold up, it's Monday. Awesome to see you, Mazzy. You rock, Mazzy. Well, please, everybody, welcome Mazzy. He is from another great community that I've hung out. He's got a fantastic channel where he looks at vinyl and stuff. He's awesome, dude. Go and sub him up. Sub him up, as we say. Who else? Live to Fly, David, good to see you. Michael Thompson, who we had on the show, interviewed Michael Thompson. How good was that interview last week? E. Urban, Herbs, baby, Herbs. I hope you're doing well. Shenny Jolivet. Oh, man, we've got a cast of characters here. We could do a play, couldn't we? We could make a show, make a movie, something interesting that would be really fun and interesting and not negative. Let's tell you some things that are happening here on the show. Not everything's worked out for this week, because that's the new way we're doing this. It's a memory, Herbs. It's a memory. Just blink and you. So, folks, coming up, some of the things that are happening this week is we're continuing to work on Adam Burse's song. So if you don't know, our dear friend behind me in this thumbnail, Adam Burse, a valuable member of this community, passed away 4 weeks ago. It was a real big hit to the whole community, and I've been re-recording one of his songs, and we're getting close to finishing it, so that's going to be happening. Continuing on this week, on Wednesday for you folks in the US and UK and Canada, all right? And something special is happening this Thursday for you folks in those respective territories. is we're not doing an interview this week. We have a new special that is happening here called The Odd Couple Rant. And it's me and this geezer over here, Mike and Joe. We're going to get up here. We're going to talk about all the gear because he's got a really cool YouTube channel too called Creative Source. And he's got a crap load of gear that he makes music with. And we're going to discuss, do you really need all that gear? Or is there like a bunch of favorites that you always go to and just go, you know what? I get by with these 5 things and I can make great stuff because you can do so also. You don't need to buy all the things and just clutter everything up with stuff you're not going to use just because, you know, it looked cool. What else? I think we're going to do a show on Tuesday about thumbnails. Ironically, I haven't made the thumbnail for it. How cool am I? Because I was up really late last night on another person's program. Gary Hubbs is here. Forrest of the Wolf is joined us, the leader of the pack. Oh. Hey, folks, did you enjoy the show yesterday, the metal specials? Thanks for coming along, those who did. We banged out some 80s thrash, and we're going to do it all again next week because it was fun, except I couldn't talk afterwards because, you know, metal. And yeah, but we're going to do it all again. I got a whole bunch of other songs I wanted to do and didn't get to, but we're going to do those next week. And ironically, I think I called the show Thrash Metal Special 2. I put a lot of work into that title right there. Right? Don't touch me. Don't judge me. All right? You had fun, Jenny? Good to hear you had fun. Mr. Smith is here. Smithy, give me a jiffy. I don't even know why I said that. It doesn't really matter, does it? Thumbnails are fun. Yeah, I'm going to talk about my thumbnail journey. My thumbnail journey, everybody. It started out bleak. And then I tried to forge my way with thumbnails. And YouTube told me if I changed my thumbnails and be more like the big creators, I'd have lots of subscribers. They lied. But no, I'll go through my thumbnail journey and creating a template for your thumbnails. An easy way to generate your thumbnails that isn't AI, because AI sucks. Sucks your soul out, sucks everything out, and all that stuff. Anyway, have I done enough promo? I think I've done enough promo. Totally unprepared as always, like these rants are. I've no idea where we're going to start. No, I do not have an idea where we're going to start, but I have no idea where this is going to end, except probably somewhere around the word positivity. Because negating the negative is very hard. Navigating through the negativity feels like you're walking through pumpkin porridge, and that sounds fucking awful. But in Korea, they actually sell pumpkin porridge. Apparently, it just tastes like pumpkin soup with porridge chunks. Eddie Gannon, hello, Eddie Gannon, welcome. Hopefully you can get something. Hopefully you all get something from this, right? Because remember, let's start back here. I remember when I was a kid, yeah? I remember as a kid. Remember, this is a long time ago, 51 years ago. Probably a little bit less than that because I didn't have any memories when I was just popping out of the vag. But when I was a kid, I have memories of the news. Let's start there at the news, because remember the news used to tell us a whole bunch of information and go, these are the things that have happened today. A selection, a hand-picked selection of things for you to divulge your eyes on and ears on and feast on, of things that have happened around your local area and possibly somewhere outside the world. And you would go, wow, that's a lot of horrible things that have happened there. But at the end of every news episode, they'd finish off with a bunny rabbit in a box of tissues or something like that, or a dog on a skateboard. And you'd go, you know what? Things ain't so bad that everybody's got brain worms. It's all right, because that little dog on that skateboard, because, oh, isn't it lovely? And why did they do that? Why was that a part of the news, do you think? Has anybody got any ideas in the chat? This is a two-way street, this social media thing, so I'm going to ask you, do you have any idea why they would put something fluffy at the end of a news session full of misery and disease and robberies and stabbings and all that kind of stuff? Why would they do that? Because I believe to give hope. Hope, yes? And hope's a hard thing to hold on to. And through my life, hope has come in and out like waves at the beach, flickering against the sand on an early morning sunset. And it's hard to continue to grasp onto. But you know what? If you lose hope, you're in trouble. You gotta do your best to hold on to hope. So there was some form of I don't know, accountability, it seems, back in those days when the news would deliver us the bad news, to give us some kind of hope, even if it was quite frivolous, of a dog on a skateboard or a bunny rabbit that tells jokes. That's not real, but whatever. In my mind it was, so don't touch me. All right? So because the news, the cycle, and as time has gone on with news, the cycle has got faster and faster with news. Hi, Jerry Gomes and Joe Glenn and Boonesborough Beach Boy. The news and Sean Chandler, the news, the cycle, and this need to feed this apparent hunger. Apparently there's a lot of us out there who are desperate to be fed a shovels full of shit to feed our need to be utterly just destroyed and put back in our place and reminded that there is no hope. And the cycle has become so profitable that it's just, you know what, let's just put it on a 24-hour loop and shove it the fuck down everyone's throat because they clearly can't get enough of it. I don't believe that's true. I don't think it is that we can't get enough of it. It's that they can't get enough of delivering it to us because they get off on it. It's like porn for these people. They think that but it's actually the advertising that is generating the profits for them. It's not the misery. We have become a very slanted world of dog shit just after dog shit and dog shit and dog shit. Here you go, keep eating it. It's going to do good for you, I promise you. And it's not. It's clearly not doing good things. And, I'm starting with the news because it's the easiest target to pick on, right? And in the news, the media, it's connected to, of course, the politics. The politics. Look where we are with the politics, everybody. I don't like to talk about politics here, but it's one of the things I'm going to have to bring up. Just going to say it. Both sides tend to feed off the negativity, right? It feels like, I don't know. You know what I want from my politics? I don't want personalities. I don't want people to, look at me. I want people to just shut the fuck up and stay invisible and be over there, do the thing that you take our money to do and make things better. Make it better. You know what I'm saying? That's your job. And you know what? Politics should be. Now, you may get upset at me. I don't care what side of the fence you're on with politics. I don't really care. There's a political... Look, you may know about this. I don't know. Hey, I don't know if you know about this. Let me just let you know. I don't know if you know. There's an election going on in the United States at the moment. Don't tell anyone, all right? I don't know if you know this. And it's fucking... I think the word's weird. Can we all agree that the word of the political movement at the moment is weird? It's very weird. And I don't care what side you want to talk about. It's weird. Why is it weird? Here's why it's weird. For the first time, and now I'm not trying to sway you to fall down one political movement or the other, and I'm not here to talk about policy or anything like that. But I just need to say this on this channel because we're talking about negativity today. And the one thing I'm really shocked at that's happened in this political cycle in the US, which is just, it's really knocked me back for six. And it happens to be from one of the parties at the moment, is they're saying things like, let's bring the joy back to politics. Let's kind of have a laugh and stuff and be, but what? So I don't really care what side you fall on. Shouldn't all this stuff be like that? Shouldn't we be at a place where you say, oh, there are some people who are willing to do this thing and get us to a better place. And yeah, I'm excited and I have hope and I want to be joyful about it. I want to be, and I feel good. And you know what? Fuck. I want to have a laugh. Because you know what? It's so tiring at the moment. I mean, not only do we have to get up and deal with, I look ugly or I don't fit in, and all the other pressures we have. Nobody likes my music and this and that and all the stuff. And then the social media where there's always somebody around the corner sitting there with their little fingers on the keyboard waiting to tell you, I hate you. I don't like your iPhone. You like that music? I hate it. There's just such an influx of negativity. People peeping around the corner waiting to shit in your face. It's very refreshing to hear people come out and go, hey, shouldn't we be like excited and joyful and like laugh? I like that. I like it. And I'm not sitting here telling you where to vote, what to do. That's your choice. That everybody has the capacity to make their own decision. And if it turns out shit and you were part of the decision to make that shit decision, that shit that we're sitting in, then sit in it, man, because, that's it. But we all have our rights to make these. I'm going to have some coffee out of my cunt cup because that's what I am. So just chill with me, guys. I'll mute so I don't disgust you. That was sexualized coffee slow-mo cam. Good stuff. But so combined politics has been such a divisive thing. Everybody's so angry. Everybody wants to just go, oh, I hate you because you like this team. And it really has become sport, hasn't it? I remember when I was young, I'd go to the football here in Australia with my dad. And my dad, for some reason, would go and sit in the opposite team's cheer club. And I'd be like, why are we sitting here? He goes, just... And then as soon as the game would start, we'd be surrounded by all the opposite team. And he just sat there for one reason. So he could, when we were winning, he'd go, you're all a bunch of losers. And I'd just look at him going, fuck, man. How can you not be aware of why you have no friends, brother? Why do that? Why put yourself in that situation? What is the absolute need to do that? And we're at that place now. We're seriously at that place. He deserved to be punched. And when he did get punched, let me tell you, Audible video, ooh, did I go? I was like, in my mind, yeah. Yeah. It was good times. It was good times seeing my dad get punched by some random at the football. Because he deserved it. Because you know what? He was being a prick. He's being a negative asshole and he's trying to get a rise out of people. And you know what? Why? Why put that energy into that kind of stuff? It's what do you get out of it? I don't understand. And currently, politics and news, again, just heading back to those, they're just full of it. They're just full of that. They just want to rile you up, get you all yucky and get you angry. And what the problem is now, when politics, it's always had a lot of negativity around it. He said, she said, news has always been pretty, terrible with this stuff. And remember how I started off today, the good news story at the end of the news? Does that even happen anymore? It totally doesn't. Go watch the news. I don't watch commercial news at all. And last night I went and thought, I'm doing this show on, negativity. Let's go watch the news. And we got to the end and it just was like, thank you. I'm glad you're all horrible and feel shit. See you later. There's nothing. There's no like, the sun will come up tomorrow. There's none of that at all. It was just like, ha-ha. Everyone feeling crap now. I'm surprised they didn't at the end of the news last night just bring out a kitten and just stab it and go, see you tomorrow. They may as well have, but that whole good news story is gone. It's absolutely just gone. No need to. Why? And then we have What's come along? The internet came along, yeah? And the internet, oh boy, has it been a godsend. I mean, now I can sit there at any time and find out, hey, Siri, who did this? And Siri, this is a problem. You can't even say, did I all set off your Siris? You can't even just say her name anymore, right? Because they've changed it now. But you can now look up information so easily, right? But you can also look up misinformation. And boy, has that exploded. And with the rise of misinformation comes, people feeding even more negativity, a way for people to feed you that goddamn bad news that's coming down that pipeline. And it's never ending because people too have become untrustworthy of the news. Probably, maybe that's the problem. Maybe if our media just put a story at the end of every television program of a dog on a skateboard, we'd all trust the media again. Who knew it was that simple? Thank you. I've solved all the problems. See you tomorrow. Bye. No, I haven't. We'll come back and continue on because, no, I wish it was that easy. But now we've all got echo chambers, don't we? Echo chambers where we all sit there. Well, not all of us. I try to avoid the echo chambers and sit there and go, yeah, vaccines do make your eyeballs leak. Yes, trans people have 8 heads and they're the cause of tsunamis. Yeah, I believe it. People believe some cockadoodle shit, don't they? And echo chambers just fucking fuel those things. And mostly those things are negative. They really are. Even when people think they're being positive. Because a lot of the time it's not even being positive. People who think they're like going, hey, let's do something really positive. They're just really just attacking the other side. It really is just an attack and attack and attack and attack and attack and attack. Let me read some stuff here. Politics is now turned hyper-tribal, and it's not about policy. It's like sport. That's what it's become. It's like going to a football match. It's like going to a basketball match. People have got their colours and they're cheering, and then they boo and go, boo, boo. It's so funny, man, to see, especially Australia is different with our political campaign, right? It runs for 2 weeks. America runs for like 2 years. 2 years of these rallies and everything's all fancy. And you've got dancing people and yay, and it's all this over the top. It's like a fucking circus. It's so ridiculous. Here in Australia, it's 2 weeks. You got the politicians have a debate on TV. They do ads and then you just go and vote and you get it done. Wham, bam, thank you, mum. Let's go, right? But in America, it's a fucking song and dance. And everybody's got their colours and their hats and little signs that are handed out to them. It's terrifying, Kim. It's bizarre. Where at the end of the day, this is your livelihood that you're talking about here. This ain't like, who got the most touchdowns. This is how much you're going to pay for your food and all this stuff. It's not a game, man. For many people, this is real life. But no, it's been gamified, like a lot of stuff, yeah? Very gamified. And people have just got sucked into it. They just, and the whole thing of rah, 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 you're a fucking asshole. And it's like, no, it should be rah, 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 we got to get things done. And it's been 4 years, and if you haven't done anything, you're getting out of here. I said this on a show that I was on last night over on Rachel's Ghost. Fabulous TV show that happens every night on the YouTubes, or every night for me, morning for you in Canada and stuff. They talk about vinyl records, but sometimes it gets a little bit political. In relation to politics, friends, do you remember the last time there was like 4 years that went by in any of your respective country that shit actually got done? Something actually happened? It just seems like now people get voted in and they spend 4 years just debating on the things that they promised to do. And only one of them gets done because the other side's too busy going, nah, I'm not going to let it through because we've got sour grapes. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, I'm trying to get away from the political stuff. But the point I'm trying to get to is that we're constantly bombarded again with negativity. Things aren't going to change. Things aren't going to get better. And then during COVID, right, what happened was, for a lot of us who are on this channel and around this music community, we know what happened. It was almost like a break for us. We went, oh my God, the world stopped spinning for a minute. Oh, fuck. Do you mean I can make some fucking music? And isn't it weird? You know, how many times have you seen me interview somebody from our community here, a musician, independent artist from our community? And I ask that question, what happened during the inconvenience for you as a musician? And a lot of people say the same thing. The world stopped spinning and I was able to go, I got a door over here and a guitar, and people started making music. And here we flourished, didn't we? We all went, oh wow, this is amazing. But during that time, there was this other section of the world who fucking people had nothing to do and they didn't know what to do, so they joined these groups and their brains, they got brain rot. Their brains just liquefied and they just because that's what the internet's done for so many people, hasn't it? It's really just turned us, a lot of people, into just brain rot, just melted, and people can't seem to think clearly, right? And look at Medi Vibe. She's one of them. Look, she can't think clearly. She's yawning into the chat, not even covering her mouth. Yeah. And Mr. Smith says, I've absolutely loved dealing with people on the internet for the last 2 years. Loved it. No, really, been great. Honest, no joke. Absolutely sure of it. Yes, because, like, it's just a be happy. Everyone's so positive. You know, and I know you just woke up. So did I. Only about fucking an hour ago. Anyway, the internet, I've got to run an ad in a minute, folks. I've got to give you a warning. So, you know, and here we are, social media. Look what social media has given us. It's given us that great platform where you add people to your friends list who never speak to you ever again, and you just see them fly by, and you know, people add you because they go, oh, you're this, so we must have something in common. And then they never say anything, and you're like strangers in the same place every day. But then you post one thing like, hi, everybody, I like iPhones. And then that person you added 4 years ago who's never said a fucking word to you goes, iPhones suck. Samsungs are the best. And you just go, what? I just want to like something. But I just want to like something. But you have to tell me. How do you deal with that shit? How do you guys deal with that shit? I'll tell you, it took me a long time to work out how to deal with that shit. Don't respond and delete and block. It's a really hard thing to do, right? It's really hard to do, to delete, block, and move on. Because if you make a thing about it, right, there's nothing worse than saying, I'm going to delete you, and responding. Then you're giving them the chance to say something, and then it becomes this fight, this argument of like, yeah, well, I never liked you anyway. It's like, oh, but you're the one who added me and you never said anything to me. But if you just delete them and block them and don't say anything, guess what? They won't even notice, because they never noticed you for 4 years anyway. You know, remember, we came from the internet. We came from MySpace, where people just added people just to have a number next to their name of like, look how many friends I've got. And it keeps growing. My vanity metric continues to rise. Right? The block button is awesome. The block button, you've got to use it the right way, though. Hey, Pete Johns is in the house. Rich GT350R. Robert Redmond's clip channel. Who else have I missed here? The block button's fantastic. Just use it the right way, yeah? Don't announce it. We all have those people. You know those people who say, social media, I'm leaving Facebook, everybody. Or this one, I'm culling my list, everybody. If you'd like to be my friend, please leave a message down below. Oh, who gives a fuck? I hate long goodbyes. Just go, really. It's just, I swear to God, it's a ploy. It's a fucking time suck ploy, a negative ploy to make you feel bad. Yeah. Oh man, that thing bites me so hard. I'm leaving, everybody. Well, fucking see ya. Why are you still here? Get the hell out of here. You know, just if you're going to like, just block me and go. Honestly, I don't care. It is really hard to siphon through all this stuff, this negative stuff. And people get so bent out of shape and want to bring you down over nothing, over things that you like, right? How's this negating the negative? I don't know many vibes. Why don't you come up here and tell us about it? Negating the negative. I'm talking about there's always the critic. Maybe I should just get my camera and walk around and point it at things. Would that be happy for you? Listen, negating the negative is easy. You know how you do it? You just move away from it. You just block it, move it on. Don't give attention to it. Don't respond to it. Don't feed it. Don't feed the trolls. This is the stuff that is, I know it's a rant. No shit. That's what we do here on Monday mornings for me. It is. And it's when you get sucked into it, when you get pulled into it, that's when it becomes a thing. When people have got drama going on, they want to pull you into that drama. They want you to be a part of it. They want you to get upset about it. They want it to exacerbate. They want it to spread out. They want the waves to go further and further and further out to bring more people into it. And as soon as you get pulled into that drama, then guess what? You are in the midst of it and you are contributing to it. And it's so... At first, it's so hard to like not getting, because you don't realize you're getting pulled into it, right? Because it happens so much. Like the point of this is why I started off with the news and talking about the way all this happens is it's so everywhere around you. You don't realize that you're in the middle of it. You are a part of the drama that is happening. There's been drama here on YouTube in this community recently. And there's been some people who have no idea that it's been going on. And I look at them and go, God, I feel so jealous of you. I feel so jealous that, you know, and it makes you think, how much time do you give to everybody? Because when these little drama things kick off, I don't want to be pulled into it because I got other things to worry about. Listen, I used to get pulled into negative stuff all the time, talking about this. I live in a world right now where every single day I wake up and the news cycle for me as a trans person is trans people bad, end of the world, trans people the cause. And it's very frustrating to see that every day and go, really? I thought like I was only 0.1% of the population. How can me and the very small amount of people who are like me be the cause of all the problems for 99% of the rest of the fucking race? It seems a bit like, it seems a bit excessive. Does anybody else think that is this a stretch, right? So I watch YouTube every day, right? And every day it seems to be another, trans people have caused this problem. Trans people are evil. Trans people are corrupting your kids. Trans people are doing this. And it's like, oh my God, guys, relax. I swear to God, we're not that important. Seriously, we're not everywhere you turn. You know, we're not pissing in your water supply. I promise you. Just relax. There are bigger fish out there that are much more negative and causing a lot of problems, and it's mostly the circles that you're in that are feeding you this crap of negativity. And when I first came out, oh my God, would you look at that? It's time to run the ad. At the halfway point of each show, my friends, I run an ad here on YouTube, and I used to let the ad run automatically so everyone would get the ads at a different time. But people complained and said, I missed that really important thing when you said something. So now we run the ad all at once. So everyone gets it. And if you're a premium subscriber, you won't get it. If you are not a premium subscriber, you may get it. And if you do get it, just hit skip and we'll wait for you to come back. The ad has been run. Thanks, YouTube, for telling me to do that. Hello, Shelley. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. JD Vance could be trans. I don't know. I know he's a couch surfer. Let's read through some comments. Books are just the best thing ever. Yes, indeed. But they're getting burned, aren't they? Hold on to your books, folks. They may catch on fire in your hands. Look, drama sells. Selling the Drama by Live, what a great album that is. But drama sells, doesn't it? And people love to get involved in drama and get pulled in and sucked. Why do we get sucked into this negative shit? Why is it? Have we gone down this path? Why? Here's the thing. Hopefully, people have come back from the ad. Here's the thing with news, right? News can be extremely positive. There's a lot of really good things that happen every single day. Is it that? Okay, so let's take an example. The daily news comes on. We start off with some news stories, big major events. Say there's some war, whatever, big major event. Is it a stretch to say that I don't know, some woman who donated a whole bunch of money to a family to help them rebuild their house, and is this stuff not compelling information for people to watch, or is just another stabbing? Where did we get to the point where people decide that constant stabbing, evil, death, this is all the stuff that we watch? Because I love hearing good news stories. I don't think my brain has ever seen a story where somebody's like, oh, and this person went to, and they all came together in the local town and they all pooled their money and they built a house for Doris, whose house blew down in the storm, the worst storm of all time. And I've never sat there and gone, oh, you know what? Fuck this story about Doris and her fucking house. Fuck Doris and fuck these people. Like, how do we get to this point where the story about Doris and her house being fixed is not compelling television, right? Is it? Don't even get me started on reality TV. Reality TV, man, is just so much the same, you know. Reality TV. It's an interesting It's an interesting name for that television, isn't it? Reality TV. Like, this is the real stuff that happens now. Trust me, I worked in television for a long time on a lot of reality TV shows. And let me tell you, they're not real. They're all scripted. Everything's fucking utterly scripted. And most of the shows that claim to be reality TV programs, the people who come on the show, they put them through rigorous psychiatric evaluations. Why do they do that? Not to see if they can, like, take it, what happens, to find out what buttons can be pushed on those people during this season to get a reaction from them. So they generate interesting television of divisiveness, anger, negativity, because that's what seems to get people going, I got to press the button because I hate that person. It's never actually, is it? The winner, the people are never actually voting for the winner. They're voting for the people they fucking hate the most, isn't it? That's the thing. It's quite bizarre when you think about it, but it's sold as, like, we're voting for the best person. It's always sold as who's going to win. But it's never about that. Australian Idol, American Idol, or the music shows. Like, the people who win those shows, yeah, most of the time they don't go on to have very successful careers. It's the most people watch those shows to see the people during the auditions who suck, who aren't good, and get berated and made to feel shit and told, you go away, you're a loser, and everybody sits there going, it's so funny. Look at the news cycle of the last day. I don't know if anybody else on your social media, what is it at the moment, apart from politics? It's that breakdancing team from the Olympics in Australia, which was pretty funny, I have to admit. But what is everybody saying about it? Oh, God, it's so crap. What it loses. And that's the thing. Everybody's so hooked on this. Oh, it was so shit. It seems like we're just focused on so much shit. And it's hard. This is the point. I'm not here to give you answers on how to do it, how to avoid this stuff, because it's really hard. It's really hard to switch it off. But you thought it was comedy. I don't know what it was, man. It definitely wasn't breakdancing. But it was, yeah. Hey, good, whatever. You know what? Here's the thing. At least it wasn't like the rest of the Olympics, the stuff. Because think about the Olympics this year. I remember when I was a kid, I watched the Olympics, and it was all about the good news stories, the success stories, the people who'd put in all this time and effort at this craft, this sport, and then they're on the big stage, and the heartbreaking lows of losing and coming from all this way, and all the joyous wins when somebody's devoted their life to it. And this year it's been the opening ceremony had this thing that I don't like, and it's been, oh, and that woman who's got a uterus is really a man because I don't like the way she looks. And just people have been focused on such weird shit this year, such negative crap, and it's just created this discourse, this continued discourse of just, rah, 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 and it's like, take a step back, folks. Go outside, touch grass, smell the air. You know what? Shit's pretty good. You know, I saw somebody say, I can't remember. I'm trying to remember where I saw this, who I saw say this. So somebody on YouTube recently. Actually, here it is. It was a Fox News commentator. I can't believe I'm quoting a Fox News commentator. But there's this sports commentator on Fox News, and he actually was talking about the political stuff in the US at the moment. And he said on national television, I've been really excited by the Kamala Harris ticket at the moment. They're actually telling everybody to be joyful and be happy and be like, and laugh. And it's so refreshing. And it is. I don't, you know what? I don't give a shit about their politics, what her politics is. I just like the whole be happy, laugh, smile, like focus on the positive stuff, because there's so much more positive things out there. And I tell you what, it's taken me a long time to be able to filter through this stuff, because as a trans person, when I first came out, I'm sure I've told this story before, it's hard being trans because you have to go out into the real world every day, and you've got no way to hide this new external look, right? So everybody's staring at you, and it's constant. It's this barrage of people going, "Oh, is that a fucking man in a dress?" Right? And you just feel those, oh man, and it's really hard. It's super hard. And my initial reaction when I came out was to fire back, and literally fire back. And if you said something, I was going to throw a punch at you. And it was probably the wrong way to go. Definitely the wrong way to go. But it was really hard to switch it off. And then one of my friends told me, do you know why you're getting all this attention, why you feel like you're getting all this attention? It's because you're looking for it. And I was like, it was the biggest light bulb that went off in my head. Whoa, maybe I am. Maybe I am just going out and looking for it. And I'm looking for it so hard, expecting it, that I'm actually manifesting it. And this, I think, can be applied to a lot of this negativity out there, all right? You go on YouTube and you these channels that you subscribe to and go and watch this stuff, or it's the same thing. You're going in and you're choosing to watch this stuff, because here's the home truth. You put in shit, you get shit. And it doesn't matter what it is, right? What the shit you watch is the shit you become. The shit you listen to, the negative stuff, is the shit you become. The shit people you hang out with, you become that shit group of people that, right? It's just is what it is. Shit in, shit out. It's the simplicity of it. So, and knowing that, you got to break these things down to simply that sometimes, right? And we've all had situations where we've been involved with friends, somebody in our life who's done something that's burnt us, right? And it's been hard to move on from that relationship because you've known that person for a long time. It's like, oh my God, I really, and you go back, right? Same with relationships with women and stuff, or you're a male partner or same-sex partner, whoever. You break up and you end up going back and you try to force it back together. And a lot of the time, it's honestly, it's just best to just cut it off and just fucking block every message and just move the fuck away. And in saying that, I don't say never go back to that person, because the one thing I always equate to wrestling, Vince McMahon, oh God, why am I quoting Vince McMahon? He's a rapist. I said the R word, we're going to get demonetized. It's all good. This rant always gets demonetized. But in WWE, let's just say that, they part ways with wrestlers all the time for, differences that are quite bad, payment disputes, whatever. But the one thing the WWE always does is say never. We may get this person back in the company. And there's been a lot of wrestlers who've left on really bad terms and said a whole lot of bad shit. And back and forward, they've been sued by the company and all this shit. But they normally come back because you know what? You can bury the hatchet after a period of time. And those negative relationships that break down can happen again. But they're not going to happen with you helping them, because you can't fix people. People have to go and fix themselves. This is the thing. You know, you heard that saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. That's the thing. Sometimes you got to let go of people, toxic friends, toxic things people say that are having a negative effect on you. Let them go, block them, cut them off, but never say never, because they may get on top of that and you may be able to bring them back again. Cutting them off completely is, cutting your nose off to spite your face. Pete John says, a great point. It makes a huge difference when you switch out aggressive negativity with compassion and positivity. Yes. Again, when I got dealt some really bad hands, when I got dealt with ITP and I felt like the whole world was caving in on me, everything felt like dog shit, man. I've said this on my channel before. I was willing myself to death. I felt like I had nothing to live for a number of years. And I was trying to slowly end my life because I felt like there was nothing to live for. And then I came across Pete making music, and I was already making music, and my iPad was the one thing that was keeping me going. And then I came across Facebook communities and seeing people make music. And for me, how I dug myself out of the hole of negativity, because I'll admit it, I've swam in a lot of negativity throughout my life, was finding this and being able to provide something to inspire people, to help people make better music, to help people make better choices, buying apps or gear or whatever it is, and just have these open and honest conversations and be silly and serious and all this kind of stuff. This saved me, and not so much, I have trimmed back to the most I can. So here's the changes I've made recently. I've tried to cut out as much YouTube politics out of my viewing stuff. I've tried to cut out as much of the YouTube channels that I used to watch who do these shitty reports on other YouTube channels of their downfall. Have you noticed how much stuff there is on YouTube about that? The downfall of Mr. Beast, the downfall of this. Everyone trying to sit there and find this thing to bring somebody down, to destroy their life. And it's so strange, isn't it? Sure, there's some channels that have done some crazy things and probably deserve to be exposed. But all the content, right? All the content out there, that not everybody's like this. And you just wonder, those channels who sit there and do these reports on how this YouTuber went from here to here and lost all their subscribers. Man, they must be really scurrying to have content, to be continually that negative. To every piece of content they put out is just like burying somebody. You wonder what they're like in their real life. Is that what they're like? They fucking go around everyone going, hi, yes, my name's Chris. I've got a YouTube channel where I just bury people, literally. Tell me about you so I can bury you. Does that stuff pass over into their real normal life? Hey, Moby, what's going on? Did I say hello to you, Jerry? I can't remember. I think I did. Good to see you. I've been binging on the Mr. Beast. It's interesting. Laurie's Mishmosh, hello. Lozza's in the house. We got about 10 minutes of this rubbish that you call entertainment, very loosely. Again, remember, folks, I'm not scripted on these shows. I just get up here and I've got a thought and I want to say it, and I'm not right. I'm not perfect. I fail a lot. And who wants to be perfect? Perfection's really boring. Imagine if we're all perfect, how sucky it would be. We'd all be the same, exactly the same. We'd be like Ken dolls with a mound. And what? And I don't proclaim to have any answers, my friends. But I do think it's a good opportunity every now and again to be reminded to pay attention to what you could be getting sucked into, right? Pay attention to it, because like not everybody has your best interests at heart. Right? A lot of people have their best interests at heart. They want to bring you into this thing that they have an agenda to like bring somebody else down. There's people have axes to grind against other, and they want to bring you into it. Let's get this person together, and you don't realize, because you trust people, right? You trust people, and Kendall. Nobody wants to live in that world, do we? Mound to mound. God damn, what the fuck am I talking about? But yeah, it's and you can get swept up in it, and before too long, trust me, I've seen some stuff. Seen some stuff online. I've been involved in some groups online that their whole purpose was to attack people. Insult chat groups where the whole thing was just to attack people. The irony is, most of us who were part of it understood it was a joke. And we were actually friends, and we got the joke. But then what happens is new people came in and they didn't get the joke. And man, did it get beyond negative fun. It got to like doxing and like getting you fired from a job. You know, another good thing I suggest, and I have this in my life, I have a group of friends that I chat with every day, and you may know them. Leela, Russ, Brad, Audible Video. There's a group of us. I have an idea. We have a little chat group that we hang out in every day and chat. And there may be people out there think, I wonder what they say about me there. Really? How important are you that you think that I spend time talking about you? But you'd be horrified at some of the stuff we say there to each other. Because most people, if they'd listened in, they'd go, oh, I can't believe they're saying that. But you know what? It's in a contained group of negativity about ourselves, and we're all joking about it because we know ourselves, because there are those moments where we're not doing that, and we break down and tell each other our darkest, deepest secrets and our fears and all this stuff, and we trust each other so much, right, with who we are as friends, that the rest of the time we're just talking shit about each other. And it's good fun, and it's a great sounding board to have when you look around at how negative everything fucking is, to have the safety of, man, I say it all the time, if you've got 5 plugins that you can go to make music, then you're doing really well. You got 5 pieces of equipment that you love. If you got 5 friends, guess what? You are killing it, motherfucker. You are killing it, because good friends are hard to come by. And friends that let you say wild shit sometimes, it's totally out of the box and don't judge you for it, they're the kind of people you should have. Not that huge number of friends on Facebook who are just sitting in the dark waiting for you to say something that you like, and them to attack the absolute shit out of you. Again, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm just somebody on the internet who likes to make music and likes to share my knowledge with you, and hopefully help you make better music, interview people, and all that stuff. And I get pent up emotions and want to talk about stuff like this here on the channel. You know what, folks? Pete Johns has a show coming up after this. He does it every Sunday for you in the US and the UK, and it's called Your Music Live. And you know what he does? He plays your music. He plays 2 minutes of it, and you guys send in your music and Pete will play it, and he's coming up after this show. And so that's really exciting. I will automatically dump you over to Pete Johns so you can go and watch that and go and support independent music, because that's a really good way of being positive, right? Lastly, the one last thing I want to tell you about is in relation to music. Give me a sec. Yes, Mazzy. It's hard, man. It's hard, man. It's that's the other thing too. We are surrounded by a lot of bullshit. There's a lot of fake news out there, and wow, is it a growing business? It really is a growing business. People just, and you know what's the scary thing? At the rate that we believe anything. And I hate saying this, but because you know what? You know when decent sayings get taken over and turned into brain mush, like do your research. Oh man, because you really should do research. when you read something. But unfortunately, it's been taken over by a group of people whose like research is just watch YouTube videos of random people with 3 subscribers, right? Do your research, though. Do your research. But here's the best way to do your research. Read articles that have this little thing at the bottom called a source. And normally there's a link at that source, and that source will take you to another page that has a source. And there may even be another source that you can go to. And if you follow the sources, guess what? It'll take you to where the story originated from. YouTube videos normally aren't the best way to go with that kind of stuff. All right. Delicious sauce, exactly. You like to see me smile, do you? All right. The last thing I want to say is about music, because music is why most of us are here, yeah? And what I love about this community, why I come back here every day, why I go to everybody's show and watch, and I may not be in the chat all the time because, you know, there's only so much YouTube and interaction you can do. This takes a lot to do and go, give as much energy as you can, and you can't always give all the energy all the time. But I do watch a lot of YouTube, a lot of your guys' music, the shows that are people doing live streams and performing. You guys are incredible. The amount of support, it's one of the beautiful things. It's a thing that really keeps me going here. The way everybody supports and congratulates and cares enough to come along and watch. Keep it up. You guys are doing things right. It's a really good thing. And I say this all the time. I wish a lot of the world outside who's just out there trying to tear each other down could sometimes take a peek into this tiny little world that we have here on YouTube, this little corner where there is so much support. And, you know, here's the deal. Not all the music that gets made within our community, even by me and by all of us, we don't always create bangers. But you don't have to shit on those songs and tell them that they're totally shit. Firstly, because they've already been made. There's no really way to go back and fix them, right, if there is a problem. But as long as people continue to get better and better, and we don't get caught in an echo chamber of just sitting still on what we're doing, then that's even better, right? So encouragement's a great thing, but we've got to keep getting better and better and better. You know why? Let's have some hope. Let's continue with hope. Let's be the change we want to be. Let's be the hope. Let's be the excitement. Let's be the fun. Let's smile. Let's laugh. Let's share our stories. Let's continue to just do the things that make us happy. It is important to do those things that make you happy. And when people tell you that what you do, that thing that makes you happy sucks, fuck them off. Don't even respond. Don't give them the fucking pleasure. They don't deserve it. Because all they're saying is, I hate what I'm doing. And it's not worth it. It's not worth getting involved. It's really not worth it. And, you know, their comeback is going to just be more negativity. So don't buy into it. You know? All right. We feeling good? I hope you all have a great week, yeah? I hope you have a really great week. And remember, we got Songtember coming up. It's not even a month away, Songtember. And if you don't know about it, it's in a month. We put out the challenge. Pete Johns, me, Thomas, Leela, a whole bunch of channels put out the challenge for you to create a song in September, release it to the world, and then we all share it together and we all celebrate the thing that makes this beautiful community fantastic, and that is hope. Don't feed the negativity, my friends. Much love to you. Remember, do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. We'll all rise together. Oh, man, and stay awake. Don't be woke. Stay awake. All right. Let's Oge. See you at Pete's.